Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now looking at the put to call ratio right now, it's at 0.558. It's not really low, but it's a tad on the lower side, so not too much to get excited about there. The economic calendar for the week, let's see, tomorrow the 10th, don't see anything. Tuesday, don't see anything. Let's see, double check Monday. Yeah, I don't see anything Monday. Don't see anything Tuesday. Wednesday, got a lot more going on. We got core CPI month to month, CPI year to year. Then we have FOMC at 2 o'clock. Then we have Powell at 2:30. And yeah, so Wednesday is going to be a busy day with inflation numbers coming out and FOMC coming out. And the thing to point out is Bank of Canada and I think it was England. I don't remember the other one. Two banks this past week cut rates. So we'll have to see if they do that this week or not. I don't think they can. I don't think with inflation going up, I don't think they can do it. But who knows? Thursday we got PPI, core PPI, unemployment claims at 8:30. 8:30 on Thursday, and then we have Yellen speaking at noontime, and we have a 30-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. So Thursday might be kind of busy in the afternoon. Yellen tends to pump the market because that's all she knows how to do. She's the biggest double talker on the planet. Then Friday we get consumer sentiment and inflation expectations at 10 o'clock on Friday. So a couple big things happening, mostly on the tail end of the week. Wednesday through Friday is going to be the busiest part. Monday and Tuesday is probably going to be choppy. Not much to really look at. VIX down here, low 12s, and this is pretty much the same thing as last FOMC. Is that the VIX was in the low 12s. I'm not going to have the same kind of projections as last time. If Monday and Tuesday is choppy and green, VIX is probably going to take a dive. It's probably going to go underneath 12. And if we go into FOMC with VIX at 12 or under, it's probably going to more or less going to be, it's going to dump. So keep an eye on that. VIX can only go so low. It's not going to go. It's not like a normal stock. It doesn't go to zero. We will probably never see it under 10. Well, I should never say never, but we haven't seen it underneath 10 since Obama was in office, and I don't think we're going to see it at 10 anytime soon, especially with all the headaches that are going on in the world. It doesn't even belong under 15, let alone 12. So, but this is where we are. It's at 12, low 12s, and if Monday and Tuesday end up being choppy or slow grind up, a gap and grind is what I usually like to call it, where SPY likes to gap up and just slowly grind or chop while it's during market hours. And those are the kind of conditions that VIX gets crushed in. So if that VIX does get under 12 going to FOMC, I'll be more heavily on the put side for FOMC. But I'm not going to jump the gun because I don't know what Monday and Tuesday is going to do. If the market does dump Monday and Tuesdays for God knows what reason, then FOMC is a 50-50 shot. So that's how I feel. Don't go crazy. Just wait and see what happens. Take it one day at a time, and that's basically what I'm going to do. So it does not like going underneath 12, and if it does, it's very short. It bounces pretty quickly after it gets under 12. So SPY made all-time high Friday. I can see made all-time high. Looked like a fake out. We'll have to see what it does. Like I said, it could gap and grind. We could gap and grind to 540. Then FOMC could dump it down to 530 or 525 or even 520. And we have a lot of unknowns in the world. Russia just said that U.S. is its enemy for the first time in history. Russia's getting more aggressive towards the United States. China wants Taiwan. Ukraine is launching U.S. missiles into Russia, or plans to, or whatever, and then the French or NATO, somebody is going to put troops on the ground and in Ukraine, and things are going to escalate really, really fast. I mean, we are one headline away from a black swan event. I've never seen. Usually, black swan events are like out of nowhere, but we are literally one headline away. But as we wait for a black swan event to happen or something, timing it is going to be next to nothing. It's going to be impossible, because I mean, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen 2 months from now, it may not ever happen. So it's better just to trade the market you have one day at a time, instead of trying to time a black swan event, because you'll never ever going to do it. You're never going to nail that massive home run. Take base hits, trade what you got, and just deal with that. When the headlines come out for something major to happen, then we'll jump on puts and we'll play it. But until then, we'll just take one day at a time. So SPY, like I said, could push to 540, and we could also see it drop underneath 530 for a push down to the 525, 520. So you're going to be in the room. But SPY, there's so much going on. Tesla is in a good position where it could possibly kind of push. It is got an inverted head and shoulders on the weekly. Well, you can see it on the daily too. The left, the head, and the right shoulder. And the weekly, the left, the head, and the right shoulder. So I would watch Tesla over 180 for push to 190, 200. Gets over 200, gets C210, 220 pretty easily. So don't count Tesla out yet. It's got a nice setup on the daily. And NVDA. Netflix is having a hard time at the 650 level. It keeps getting rejected. Gets over 650, gets rejected hard. So get a head and shoulders right here. Get the left, the head, and the right shoulder. I would watch it underneath 635. Gets under 635. It could get 630, 620, 610, 600. And another big area down here is the 580 area. So definitely keep an eye on Netflix. I mean, yeah, Netflix can take off. I get a head and shoulders here. I'm not interested. I don't like playing against bearish. If you get a bearish pattern, I'm not interested in playing calls. If you get a bullish pattern, I'm not really interested in playing puts. So that's just how I do things. You can do what you want. That's up to you. But I just prefer just to do it that way. Microsoft. I mean, you get an inverted head and shoulders right here. You get the left, you get a head and a right shoulder. But to me, if the market VIX is getting really, really low, I would not look on the call side of anything. I know it's a bullish pattern. I just contradicted myself, but VIX is more important than anything right now. Upside is very limited with VIX being at 12. So yeah, I mean, Microsoft can push to 430, 435 for 440, but VIX being so low, I think it's more risky to be on the call side than the put side on Microsoft. But have to see what happens with VIX in the next couple of days. NVIDIA, VIX is going to be the major factor of the week. So NVIDIA is another one I'm looking at. It had a strong push after reverse split. So now it's at 120. I'd watch it underneath, 117 or even 118. If I drop to 110, it definitely needs to come back down to 100 where the Keltner channel is. But every time it gets outside the Keltner channel, it does like to come back in. So, but it took so long right here. It just took so long out of it. Now it's doing it again. So I mean, it can go higher, but I would like to see it pull back on NVIDIA. So be watching NVIDIA on the downside. If anything on that, not really too interested. It's not going to move nearly as good as it was before the reverse split. So head and shoulders on Meta, the left, the head, and the right shoulder. I would watch it underneath. I mean, you could say Friday's low, or this low right here, 490. Gets into 490 for a gap fill down to 480, then 460. They had a channel right here between 480 and 460, so we could come back into that channel right there, or at least fill a gap down to 480. So keep an eye on that for Meta. I normally don't look at the these kind of stocks, what do you want to call them? GameStop stocks, the meme stocks. But Someone in the room posted the GME short sale volume, which is at like 47 million or something like that. It's the highest it's been. The last time it was really, really high was the beginning of 2021. And now I want to see where it was in 2021. I have to probably back out a couple of years. 2021. Yeah. This is where the put to call ratio was extremely high, is where it popped right here. So the thing pointing out is, I know they just had a massive run already, but put to call ratio is going to be a huge factor on this. The highest put to call ratio, I mean, the highest amount of shorts right now ever in history, in GME's history. So anyone thinking that this is going to drop down to 20 is yeah, they had an offering, but to put the call ratios, too many people are on the short side. It's going to squeeze. So I'm not saying it's going to go to 100. I'm not saying anything stupid like that. I'm just saying that I would watch one Monday, Tuesday. We're probably going to see GME probably take off, and they're going to squeeze out all those short people. All those shorts are going to squeeze them out. They're not going to pay them. I don't know if that's a huge hedge fund or whatever, but they're not going to let those people. They're going to get squeezed out. So I could be completely wrong. I don't follow these meme stocks. There's a reason I don't play them. They're unpredictable, and I don't like playing crap meme stocks or any of these shit coins that people are playing or pumping. I'm not all about that. I rather just play SPY, keep it simple, and not have to watch a bunch of shit. So, but I'm just doing this for you guys. GME could have a huge potential here. I may even look at it tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But there's too many people on the short side. Whenever there's too many people on one side of a trade, the opposite happens. Too many people on the short side, it's going to pop. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what you should watch. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, who cares? But that's going to do it. And thanks for watching.